everyone, it's Carrah and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be more of a sit-down art tour type of video. I know that you guys liked my previous sketchbook tour video, but this one's a little bit different because this video is going to be circling around my Starbucks cup art. Now, I am pretty known online for my Starbucks cup art. Some of you might have seen me featured on Huffington Post, Cosmopolitan, I always have trouble pronouncing that, Yahoo News, Mashable, Teen Vogue, all sorts of different places. I was also featured in Ripley's Believe It or Not, which is the page I'm showing you right now. So this is just, gonna be a little sit-down video touring through all these. And I honestly don't know how to really talk about my cup art because I don't know, it's hard to really describe what I do with my cups. But there will be two cups that will not be featured in this video. The first being my fall cup, for my very, very first fall cup. I've had a couple of fall cups. But my very first one, which was done on a plastic cup, because I went to college, left my cup at home, then came back from college, and it was gone, and I haven't been able to find it ever since. I've moved my bed, I've cleaned out under my bed. I just don't know where it went. Maybe it'll show up when I have to move. I don't know. But that's one of the cups that won't be in the video. And the other cup will be my Graveyard Girl cup, because that one's currently in a package, all taped up, ready to be shipped to Bunny. So those two won't be in the video, but you can find them online if you just search Creative Carrah cup art. So yeah. Anyway, most of my cups started out with the traditional base, traditional Starbucks cup. There were a couple that weren't in the space, and I will show you guys those ones. So, let's see. The first cup I'm going to show you is the very first cup I ever made. I only know the first four or five cups I ever made. After that, it's a blur of what came next, so. This is the very first one. My cup art was inspired by a girl named Christina Webb, known as Color Me Creative online. Now, my very first cup art was very Christina Webb. It's in her style. It's not as much as my own style at this point because it was my first cup and I was inspired by her. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But on this one, I think it's cute. It was all done with Sharpie markers and a couple of Copics. At the time, I didn't have as many Copics as I do now. I have about a third of the collection right now. But I used primarily Sharpie on this one and the couple of Copics. And it's not completed all the way around. And most of my cups are not completed all the way around. My focal point is always the front of the cup, so once the front's done, I call it a done cup. This was the second cup I ever made, and this was made for the White Cup contest that Starbucks held a couple years ago. And this one was honestly disqualified from the beginning because I used a gradient on it. For those who do not know what a gradient is, it is basically where you have a dark to light transition in color. It's like a really smooth transition. So where I did that on the flowers, that's what got me disqualified. But I made another entry for the White Cup contest and ended up making it, I think, into their finalist area. They put a bunch of their favorites on Pinterest, and mine was one of them. So this one was done with 3 colors, which is the rules. You had to use 3 colors as well as the logo green color. So it looks like rainbow, but it wasn't. I just put pinks, blues, and yellows really close to each other to give that illusion that it's rainbow, but it's really not. I don't know if I can get really close up, but you can kind of see. And this one was almost complete. I just didn't finish right here. I have to be really careful with this cup and handle it with dry fingers because this is one of my plastic cups. I've only ever made 2 of them. This was one and the fall cup was the other. And this was done with entirely Sharpies. So you don't need Copic markers or any fancy markers to decorate a cup, in case you're wondering. You can use colored pencils, Sharpies, Crayola pencils for if you have those. I mean, it works. use whatever you have available. Paints work too. I know a lot of people think, oh, I have to have Copics to do this. No, you don't. Do whatever you want. Next, I'm going to go through the rainbow of Starbucks cups I have. So I'm going to start out with pink. And this is where I really started developing my own style. So this wasn't the first of my rainbow cups I'm going to show you. The first one was the blue cup, but that'll come when blue comes around. So all of my cups have this similar Zentangle style with a rose. I always put roses on my cup. It just always. And again, it's not completed all the way around. I don't really know what else to say about these cups because there's not much to say about them. At this point, I'm just kind of showing you what I've done. This was my red Starbucks cup, and this was actually done on their red cups, which were controversial back in November 2015. So, this was actually done entirely with black and white ink. I think there's a little bit of gray Copics in there, just to add a little bit of shading, but not much at all. This is probably one of my favorite ones just because of the amount of detail. I love detail, and I'm sure you guys can already tell that. Next, I have my yellow cup, wherever that might be. Oh, here it is. I don't have the orange cup done yet. I started it, and I'll show you guys that one later. I have a bunch of unfinished cups that will come at the end. I mean, I guess all of them are unfinished, but I'm talking more about the front. But this is my yellow cup. And I didn't know how to get darker shades of yellow, so I ended up going into more gold and brown type tones to get the darker shades, or else it would have been a lot more yellow than this. I also have a limited supply of yellow Copic markers, so I just worked with what I had. Next up is the green, and I actually just posted this recently online. I messed up on the eyes, so I just closed them and added eyeshadow. I mess up a lot on these cups, but you would honestly never know because it's easy to hide mistakes when you do Zentangle, in my opinion, unless you're trying to make it perfect all the way around. But I'm not about perfection. I just do whatever looks good. Again, not completed all the way around. For some reason, there's a green ring on the bottom. But this is my green cup. Definitely not my favorite. I might redo it at some point, but I can't be bothered right now. Next up, we have my fourth cup I ever made, and it's probably my most popular cup I ever made, and it's my blue Starbucks cup. This one is another one of my favorites. I have a couple of favorites, and then the rest are just kind of like, eh. But blue's one of my favorite colors, so I'm kind of biased, and I really like how the roses came out on this one. Ever since, I've gotten a little bit more stylized with my roses. These are more realistic compared to what I do now, but it's still cute. Where's my purple? Next up, I have my purple cup. So, this is just the purple version. This is where I say, like, my roses got a lot more stylized, and I draw these ones from mind now, rather than looking at a reference photo. But, again, it's not completed. Actually, I don't think I even completed right here, either. So, it's really not done in a lot of areas, but still cute. I don't really have a whole lot to comment on. My favorite cup is up next. Okay, this is my absolute favorite. Like, out of all of my cups, I love my grayscale cup, and I don't entirely know why I love it so much. It could be the fact that I just love the color black. I mean, some people consider it a color, others don't. I consider it a color, I don't care. But I love grayscale, I like monotone things, and this one just looks really nice to me. I love the face. I like how the actual logo part came out, as well as everything else. So, really, really happy with this one. And again, it's not completed, but that's okay. Trying to figure out which one to do next. I have a couple, so I think I'll go with my rainbow one. Here's my rainbow cup. It's really bright and colorful. I actually created a character based off of this cup recently. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, but I just really like how bright and just vibrant this one came out. Everything was shaded with rainbow. I think there were a couple areas that I colored solid, but for the most part it was a rainbow gradient across this entire cup. Now I have my spruce sunset type of cup. This one honestly isn't completed either, but it's almost complete. I just have to add more snowflakes and stars and stuff on the other side. But I know that this is a favorite of a couple of people in my actual real life. This was probably one of the first I did where I didn't have the Zentangle designs. Other than, no, my Markiplier cup doesn't count. I haven't shown you guys that one yet. But I've done a couple other cups where it's not my Zentangle design, and I probably will finish this one soon. Since I just brought it up, here's my Markiplier cup. This one is not done yet, and I won't be finishing this one until I maybe have that special day where I get to actually meet Markiplier in person and get him to sign it, because I really want to get a signature on this to like finish around the signature. I thought that would be really cool. But for now, the front of it's done, and that's what's important. I have some references to like Drunk Minecraft, Tiny Box Tim, Shut Up Nurse, Poof, Beat a Blow. There's a lot of different references on here, and if you've been following Markiplier for a long time, then I'm sure you guys will catch on to him. This is a creature from Spore, so yeah, it's supposed to look creepy from when he did that series. I don't know, I really like Mark. I had to make a cup dedicated to him. Next up, I have a finished cup art. This is a Zodiac Constellations cup, and all of the Zodiac constellations are on this. I made this and I already forgot which constellation is what, honestly. But I'm sure if you look it up, you can find your own. I think mine was right here, which is Scorpio. So that's my constellation, but I don't really remember all the others that well. All I know is that I referenced constellations, put them on here, and that's it. I really like this one though because, I mean, I like Galaxy, so I'm a little biased. But it just looks really nice. In real life, it honestly looks better. Her skin is a really light pink color to kind of match the rest of the cup. For some reason, whenever I take videos of it though, it looks like I haven't really colored that much on her. Next up, I have a cup that kind of fits the current season, which is summer, at least here in the States. This is a little ocean-themed cup with a mermaid with a sparkly tail that I did with glitter, nail polish, and I put a basic Copic marker down there just so it wasn't white on the base. I really enjoy doing ocean-themed things, though, and I really like drawing jellyfish. They're just a lot of fun to draw and color. This one was cute too because I liked the netting I did on there. And now I'm going to show you guys the unfinished larger cups, and then I'm going to move on to some smaller cups because I have some mini cups. I don't remember when it was, but Starbucks released like colored cups like this where the logos weren't filled in. And I still have two more to draw on, like a teal and a purple. But I started working on the orange cup. I didn't like how it was turning out, so I quit this one. Primarily because I really hated how the profile turned out here. I know I can do better profiles than this, and it didn't look good, so I quit working on it. And the other issue I was having, which is more, I don't even think it's visible in the black rose because I kind of put all the white dots all over it. But the pigment of the orange cup was rubbing off when I would try to blend markers together. So I might have to take a different approach to the other cups when I go to finally color them, if I get around to it. But that's one of the unfinished ones. The next unfinished one is the start of my orange cup. So she's actually done in the middle, but I haven't started doing any of the Zentangle work. I'm having trouble talking. My apologies. It's been a while since I made a video. It's probably clear. But I don't know. She's not my favorite. At least not yet. Maybe it'll look better with the Zentangle. She looks very ginger, though, and I personally love gingers. I love everybody. I just really like gingers because of the red hair and freckles. Love it. It's so pretty. Anyway, I just rambled a little bit. I'm sorry, I do that a lot. And this is the other cup I haven't finished yet, and this is probably going to be my favorite once I finish it because it just looks so nice. But this is like my new and improved fall cup. Since I couldn't find the other one, I figured I would make a new one. But I have like a little owl and pumpkins, and I'm going to finish this for this fall. So you guys can look forward on social media to this. So once I finish it, it'll be posted. But I have like a little snake here to represent one of the spirals I do on my usual Zentangle cups. A teeny tiny fox. I don't know, I just really like how this one's turning out. It looks really, really smooth and clean in comparison to my other Zentangle cups. Or just my other picture cups in general. Hang on, where's my bar cup? Dang it. Okay. Just for a comparison, you can see how clean this one is compared to the Markiplier cup. So that definitely shows that I have improved a little bit with my cup work. For the most part, I've stayed steady, but... And now moving on to the little cups. And I'm going to bring out that rainbow cup again, that big one, because I made a little teeny tiny version of it. So this is the same idea, just a miniature form, and it's completed all the way around because I have no excuses for not completing a mini cup. This was completed in January of 2016, and I put a bunch of like little hollow nail polish on the bottom. Although my camera probably won't pick it up that it's hollow, but I promise it's actual hollow, it's not just silver. I know my hollow. Anyway, that's my rainbow mini cup. The next mini cup I have is this little Pokeball cup from when I was playing Pokemon Go a lot back in 2016, and I just recently picked that back up. But it's just a little Galaxy Pokeball cup. Really simple and easy and cute. Next, I have actually a cup that you guys might have seen already on my YouTube channel because I did a speed art of this one. And it's honestly not completed all the way around, which shows how lazy I am with my work. But the front of it is, and it's like super teeny tiny. I mean, it's hard to get details on that center point, but I'm happy with how this one turned out. It looks really detailed regardless. And the last cup I have to show you guys is this little other spruce sunset type of cup with a little cabin on the back. And this one was honestly entirely done with Sharpie except for the white parts, which were done with Jelly Roll pen. So all the blending and everything was done with Sharpie markers. And it was also done when I had no power at home and I was using flashlights to complete it. So I'm honestly impressed with how well this came out with no power and the use of Sharpie markers. That was pretty cool. But that is all of my cup art, and this video is almost 20 minutes long, and I'm sorry, I was probably rambling for a lot of it, or just didn't know what to say. But I'm trying to get back into the swing of videos. I don't know how often I'll be able to put them out right now. There's a lot going on in my life. I don't want to go into details. But this setup might not be the same here soon. I'm currently using a blanket over my usual setup. I don't know what's going on. So please be patient, and thank you guys for actually being patient this time. But I just don't know how often I'll be able to put out videos for a little while. I'll try to get back into it. But for now, this is my little cup art tour, and I will definitely keep you guys posted on any future cup art that I make. If you want to see and be updated on my future cup art, you can follow me on all my social media. I'll link them in the description down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!